Weekend. Dr. Murphy's been teaching and taught us, and at the end of the year, he said, it's the time to receive. But he also told us how we had to receive it. He said we had to be in one with the Holy Spirit. We had to be submitted to the Lordship of Jesus Christ. We had to let go of everything that we thought was holding us back from fulfilling what God has placed in us. And so this weekend we came in and allowed the Jesus Christ that rose from the grave. We allowed that same power that rose him up to rise inside of us. And through the ashes of what the enemy thought was defeat, God resurrected us. There was a lot of areas that we had to expose and we had to release. There had been things in our past that we didn't know that we had set up a guard over our hearts. And we didn't want anybody to get in. And what we didn't realize that we weren't letting God in either. And God wants full, Pastor Murphy said, he wants full control. And until I get in his presence to give it to him, he can't have it. I can go about the ritual of going to church and coming and serving and doing. I can quote the word. But until that word is settled down deep inside of here and it's up what the enemy thought he could hold you bound to, I'm just going through the motions. Most of these women came in not knowing what was going to take place. But all of them received a word from the living God. They got healed, they got delivered. It wasn't a person who did it. Because I can do what you say. Because I believe you're saying what you're saying. But when God does it and says it, it just does something on the inside of us. And has set your wives and your sisters and your aunties and your moms and grandmothers, and has set them free. And the word that I spoke before we entered the encounter on Wednesday, I said, husbands, if you let them go, they're going to come back better. Better to serve you. Better to undergird you. Better to love you. Because we're learning what our position is as a wife. And we're learning what our position is as a daughter of Christ. We are equal with you in the spirit, but we're submitted to you in the natural. You are the leader of our homes. And we are going to believe, God, that you are going to lead us in the way that God would have our families to go. When your wives come home, I bet they're going to jump all over you. Yeah, come on. Somebody like that. That's still church. Because if you don't have a happy marriage, you don't have a happy church. And we're about doing the works of Christ. We're not trying to be religious. We're trying to fulfill purpose. Yeah, so I want to say thank you to every husband. Thank you to every father. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This was the richest thing. Dr. Murphy served us the whole weekend. Come on. He was a security guard, so he hasn't had any sleep. Literally. Maybe a couple of hours. But I know he still has a word in him. But he was our security guard. He was our janitor. He was our drummer. He was our... What else was he? He was everything. Our photographer. Now, he wasn't in here in the way, don't get me wrong. He wasn't in here with all the women. But when he needed to show up, it's like he just appeared. I'm going to tell this one funny story. We're going to hear from some of the women. He had fallen asleep out in the sanctuary, out of the foyer, because he had been up all night. He's overseeing, so he's making sure everybody's safe all night. And so when we were in here in one of the sessions, a couple of the girls walked out, went to the restroom, and came back. They went, Dr. Murphy is out there asleep. I'm like, wow. I walked by and he didn't wake up. You know? It made them nervous. They never seen him in that position before. I said, he'll be okay. He's been up all night.